On a quiet winter night, the world felt still. Snow blanketed the sleeping town, muffling every sound. In one small, warm house, a cozy scene unfolded. A grandfather, his face etched with kindness and time, sat carving a delicate wooden bird. His companion, a sleek black cat named Mark, watched from the windowsill, his green eyes reflecting the soft glow of the lamp. The only sounds were the gentle scrape of the carving knife and the low hum of the wind outside. The old man smiled, reaching over to stroke Mark's soft fur. "Time to sleep, Mark," he whispered. The cat purred, a low rumble of contentment, and hopped down. He found his favorite spot on the rug near the crackling fireplace, curling into a perfect circle of warmth and sleep. The grandfather set his finished carving on the mantelpiece, admiring his work for a moment before heading to the kitchen. He filled a kettle and placed it on the gas stove. Planning a warm drink before bed, a small flame flickered to life, but it seemed a little higher, a little more erratic than usual. Mark, still half awake by the fire, lifted his head. His ears twitched, sensing the subtle shift in the kitchen's rhythm, but the familiar comfort of the house soon lulled him back. The old man, lost in his thoughts, turned off the kitchen light and made his way to his bedroom, leaving the house in a quiet, cold darkness. And soon, the small flame on the stove danced with an unusual vigor. In the living room, Mark drifted into a deep sleep, dreaming of chasing mice in summer fields. But sleep wouldn't last. The flame on the stove, no longer small, began to lick at the edges of a forgotten kitchen towel hanging nearby. A thin, almost invisible stream of smoke curled toward the ceiling. A soft, insistent crackling sound joined the quiet hum of the house. The towel, at first just browning at the edges, slowly began to smolder, then glow a dangerous orange. In the living room, Mark's nose twitched. His sleep-fogged mind registered a scent that didn't belong, acrid and sharp. He opened his eyes, suddenly alert. The air in the workshop felt different, heavier. He rose silently and padded into the hallway. The scent was stronger here. A faint haze hung in the air, catching the moonlight from the window. Something was deeply, terribly wrong. Instinct took over. Mark raced to the old man's bedroom door, his heart thumping against his ribs. He stood on his hind legs, scratching frantically at the wood, his claws making a desperate, tearing sound. He let out a loud, piercing meow, a sound of pure alarm. The old man stirred in his sleep, groaning. "Mark, are you hungry again?" he mumbled, rolling over. But Mark wouldn't give up. He meowed again, a long, guttural cry, then threw his body against the door handle, trying to turn it. When that failed, he sprinted back into the smoky hallway and then back to the door, a frantic messenger of danger. He stared at the closed door, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and unwavering determination. He had to make his human understand. He had to wake him up. Now, the fire was no longer subtle. The kitchen curtain, caught by a stray spark, ignited with a whoosh, casting a terrifying, dancing light across the room. Thick, black smoke billowed out, pouring into the hallway and seeping under the bedroom door. The heat was becoming intense. Mark, coughing, ran back into the bedroom, his lungs burning. He leaped onto the bed and began tugging furiously at the old man's blanket, meowing with a desperate, choked urgency he'd never used before. This time, the old man jolted awake. He coughed, his eyes stinging. He sat up and saw the thick smoke filling his room. Panic seized him. He stumbled out of bed, disoriented and gasping for air. The smoke was a suffocating wall, but through the haze, he saw Mark, a small, dark shape running ahead, looking back, guiding him, leading him toward the front door, toward safety. The kitchen was now a raging inferno. Flames climbed the walls, devouring the wooden cabinets. The glass in the windows cracked and shattered from the intense heat. The roar of the fire was deafening. Mark, leading the coughing old man, realized they might not make it out in time. He veered away from the front door, which was now blocked by a wall of heat, and leaped onto a living room windowsill. Facing the cold night outside, he meowed with all his might, his cries sharp and piercing against the roar of the flames. Across the street, a neighbor who was up late noticed the strange, frantic silhouette in the window and the terrifying orange glow behind it. Fire! He shouted, grabbing his phone to call for help. He didn't hesitate, sprinting across the snowy street toward the burning house. Just as Mark guided his beloved human out the back door into the freezing air, sirens wailed in the distance, growing closer with each second. Firefighters arrived, their powerful hoses unleashing torrents of water against the ravenous flames. The old man sat on a neighbor's porch, wrapped in a blanket, his body trembling from shock and cold. He held Mark tightly against his chest, stroking his smoke-stained fur. The cat, no longer frantic, purred softly, a quiet engine of comfort in the chaos. A firefighter, his face smudged with soot, knelt beside them. He looked at the small cat nestled in the man's arms and smiled. As the last of the flames were extinguished, soft, gentle snowflakes began to fall from the dark sky, covering the scene in a blanket of white. The old man held his hero closer, a silent testament to the fact that courage and love can come in the smallest of packages. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more incredible stories.